Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm bringing you Game 3 against Blake Hopper, also known as Bopper. The last 2 days I uploaded both Game 1 and Game 2 against him in our Best of 3 series, so if you have not watched those, definitely check them out because they were both pretty great games. In Game 1, I was able to win in a very close and tight-knit battle. It came down to the last attack on the last turn. In the second game, Blake was able to take pretty convincingly. He outplayed me almost every single turn, and I never had the advantage in the battle. However, despite that, I was still able to keep it relatively close because I felt like I had a decent team matchup. So going into this third game, I was really annoyed with his Garchomp and Charizard, so I decided maybe it was finally time to bring Gothitelle and Mawile. In the first 2 games, I didn't really want to bring either of those 2 Pokemon because his whole team counters Goth Mawile pretty hard, but I figured if I could set up Trick Room, then Mawile would be able to run through his entire team, barring the Aegislash. But as you'll see, Aegislash will cause me a lot of trouble in this battle. So without spoiling any more, let's get right into it. Now, I feel like it probably would have been smarter for me to just stick with Charizard and Zapdos. You know, in the second game, I kind of carelessly lost Charizard because I let it just faint to the Rotom Wash, Thunderbolting it twice. So I feel like if I brought it this game and I just played a bit smarter with it, maybe it would have given me a better chance at winning. So he leads with his Charizard and Garchomp against my Hydreigon Gothitelle, and I know this can play out one of 2 ways. I'm gonna Dragon Pulse the Garchomp and go for the Trick Room, because if he Dragon Claws and overheats my Gothitelle, which is the only way he can one-hit KO it, then I'll be able to pick up a free knockout on Garchomp, and if he decides to Dragon Claw my Hydreigon, then I'll get Trick Room up for free, and Mawile will come in for free as well. So he goes for the Dragon Claw here, and I'm actually running Citrus Berry on this Gothitelle, so I actually have a slight chance of even surviving this overheat, because Gothitelle is so specially bulky. However, I'm not sure exactly how much special attack he runs, and he actually misses the overheat, which can work one of 2 ways. Had he, let's say, not had full special attack investment and not been able to pick up the KO, then he would have been trapped in with the -2 Charizard, and I would have been able to set up Trick Room. Here I still am able to set up Trick Room, but this is actually kind of bad for me, because it means he gets a free switch into the Aegislash. So the first turn definitely played out really well for me, but I'm not happy seeing the Aegislash, and I know if I want to win, I've got to conserve this Hydreigon, because Hydreigon, of course, is my only way of one-hit KOing the Aegislash. Now here I bring in Conkeldurr because I don't want my Mawile to faint to a Fire-type attack, and I go for the Tickle here because I know I've got Mawile in the back, and Rock Slide and Psyshock would actually do considerably more damage with the Tickle. He just goes for the Overheat though, not protecting the Charizard, not obviously switching it out because he can't, so he stays in, and that was a really smart play. Excuse me, not staying in, but just going for the attack, because he probably expected Hydreigon to switch out, and that was a really bad turn for me. I wasn't able to get any damage off, and both of my Pokemon took a lot of damage. This following turn, he goes for the Protect with Charizard, not wanting it to faint, and I wasn't sure exactly how slow his Aegislash was, and I actually just went for the Heal Pulse onto my Conkeldurr because there was nothing else my Gothitelle could do, and that played out really poorly for me. I've wasted 2 turns of Trick Room now, and I haven't been able to do anything, and I don't even want to bring in Mawile because I know, you know, if I just mispredict, let's say I Sucker Punch the Aegislash, he can just Heat Wave and KO me, but if I target the Charizard with the Rock Slide and he protects, then I won't be able to KO that. But finally I bring in Mawile, and it's the 3rd turn of Trick Room, and I haven't done any damage to him since I've set up Trick Room. So this is kind of showing how Trick Room actually worked against me after the first turn. I really wasn't anticipating it playing out that way. I was expecting either Gothitelle to faint and me to just pick up a free KO, or for my Trick Room to set up for free, but instead the miss kind of threw me off guard. Here he goes for the Protect with Charizard, an excellent play, preventing a knockout from the Rock Slide. Unfortunately, I do not predict this. I just go for the Psyshock and the Rock Slide. I was really hoping he wouldn't protect there because the entire game Blake has been, you know, making these aggressive plays, not protecting at times, just going for the attack as the last turn showed, but Blake made the smarter play here and just went for the Protect, and because his Aegislash is actually faster than my Mawile under Trick Room, he can just knock me out this following turn. So things are looking really bad for me at this point. I don't really see much of a way for me to win, and I've fallen behind so much. I set up Trick Room, but that just completely helped him, and I've done basically nothing in the couple of turns of Trick Room I've got. I know I need to protect Mawile here just because I can't afford to Sucker Punch the Aegislash because he'll be able to knock out both of my Pokemon with the Heat Wave, and I see one last way of winning here. I know I can switch in my Hydreigon for free here, and if I do predict a switch out, I know he's got one more Pokemon in the back, most likely the Rotom Wash. If I do call that prediction right, because now Hydreigon is the fastest Pokemon in the field, I can still win this battle. It's not over yet. Now this following turn, I'm basically saying, alright, the only way I have a chance of winning is if he switches out Charizard. So I make the safe play, Dark Pulse the Aegislash, and play Rough the incoming switch. And I'm so relieved to see the Rotom. That basically gives me another shot at actually winning this game. He goes for the King Shield on Aegislash, and I actually don't mind that very much on my end, because it means I might be able to actually pick up 2 KOs in one turn, which is always good. So I go for the play Rough, and it fortunately connects with the Rotom Wash, and that's huge. I don't pick up the KO, but now it's in range to feint from a Dark Pulse from a Hydreigon, and that's really big. Basically, I can KO his entire team with Hydreigon's Dark Pulse now, and he actually doesn't have good ways to attack me, because I can outspeed all of his team. This following turn, I know I'm going to target the Aegislash slot with the Dark Pulse, because he King Shield the last turn, so he can either switch out or attack. Regardless, I'm going to be able to pick up a KO on that slot. I was this close to play Roughing the Rotom because I knew he'd probably predict my Protect, which he actually plays out perfectly, and I'm kind of frustrated by that because had I just gone for the play Rough, I would have basically won the battle that turn, but I figured it wasn't worth the risk. You know, by protecting Mawile there, I guarantee a 2-on-2, which definitely I feel more comfortable playing rather than a 2-on-1. So I do go for the Protect there. Blake makes the smarter play, but the game is still in my favor, I would say, at this point. This following turn, it basically comes down to who he's going to protect, whether he protects Rotom or Charizard. I expect the Rotom to protect, so I Dark Pulse the Hydreigon. I actually go for the double protect with Mawile, don't get it, and he misses the Heat Wave, though neither of that really mattered. Whether he connected or not, the main thing was I was able to get this Dark Pulse prediction correctly. I KO'd the Charizard, and Hydreigon is basically single-handedly winning me this game, as it knocks out the Aegislash and knocks out the Charizard, and this next turn, it will be able to successfully knock out Rotom. He does go for the Protect because the only way he can win at this point is by getting a ton of Protects off, preventing me from KOing him. You know, if you have that chance of winning, why not go for it? As the burn counter does slowly tick off with the Hydreigon, but he just forfeits there knowing like the chances of him getting like 4 more Protects are very slim. So I take a very intense game 3 against Blake. I mean, the whole series was so intense, and I thought I was completely screwed in that third game after Trick Room went up and the Aegislash was kind of sweeping my entire team, but I did find a way to win, and fortunately enough, it played into my favor. So things working out pretty well for me there, but Blake was such an amazing player. I mean, there's a reason why he's one of the best American players. There's a reason why he finished 4-2 and 11th at Worlds. So he's definitely a name you guys should be, checking out and following the next upcoming months in VGC 15. If you don't follow him on Twitter, definitely give him a follow. He's one of my favorite guys in the community, and he's an excellent battler, and you'll definitely hear more of him in the future. But yeah, that's it for this best of 3 set, guys. I'll be uploading more videos, of course, daily uploads until VGC 15 rules are announced. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.